Hi, I'm Melanie Williams. I'm here with my little puppy Lizzie, and I'm going to be teaching you the basic tapping points for EFT today. You may have heard about EFT before. Maybe this is the first time you've been hearing about it, and I would encourage you go to the YouTube and type in EFT, and there is so much information on EFT there. If you're working with me privately or through the mentorship or membership site, I will be explaining more of it as we go along. But today this is just to show you the basic tapping points. I'll explain just a little bit about EFT. It stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And we use EFT to clear the charge that we have from negative emotions that we feel in our body. Fear, anxiety, stress, jealousy, sadness, grief, anything that feels heavy, that has a negative charge that you want to clear from your body. It's highly effective. I've been using it for several years with myself and for my students, and still have found nothing that has worked as well, that clears things so quickly and that's so highly beneficial. What I'm going to show you today is a very basic recipe for using the EFT, and you can build from that. Again, whether you're working with me or you go online and check out different people who are doing EFT. I encourage you to do that. When we start with EFT, there are two parts. We create a statement, and there's two parts to the statement. The first part is addressing the problem, the issue, and the second part is creating an affirmation or a statement of self-approval, self-acceptance, self-love. It helps to balance it out and starts to bring us into the energy that we want to experience more of. So, another point that's important is to think about how much charge you actually feel around the thing that you're tapping on, and that you'll give it a number. Because if you have a lot of charge and you go, wow, that's like a 10, and you start to do some tapping, then you have a measure of how successful the tapping is. We always say that if the emotion gets higher, or if it gets lower, the EFT is working. If it stays just in the central, it's not really touching it, then somehow the language or the approach has to change. Sometimes the EFT can shift an emotion very, very quickly. Sometimes we have to become more specific with our language. Sometimes we have to become more specific about the experience that generated the emotion in the first place. So, for example, we're going to do a little tapping on just this stress in my body. And it may help to reduce some of the stress. But if it doesn't touch it too much, you might need to think about specific things that are stressing you right now in the current time. So again, this is a very broad subject, and there's a lot to learn about EFT. But we're going to start, and just so you can see what the tapping points are. I do want to add that where we tap, they are acupuncture points, and so they've been used for a long hundreds of years in acupuncture. And so typically where an acupuncturist would put needles, we're simply going to do some tapping. You can use your right hand, your left hand. Some people like to use both hands. Some people like to it's easier if you take your glasses off. And if you're working with someone else, it's just monkey see, monkey do. So that's what it's going to be with me right now. I will show you where the points are, and then you'll just follow me. Before we start the tapping, I am going to just show you where we'll be moving. So we're going to start on the karate side, pinky side of the finger. We call this the karate chop point. And we're going to be placing in the issue, the subject, the problem here, along with that default statement of self-love and acceptance, or creating an affirmation. And we're going to do that 3 times. And that's going to let the psyche know exactly what it is that we want to work on. I think of our body as being like a computer, where we have to we've got to go to the search engine and we've got to type something in so that the search engine knows what to pull up. So if I'm working on stress versus jealousy, or my sense of feeling not safe or not belonging, each one of those would be a different folder, a different file in the computer system. So we're going to go to the search engine here, the karate chop side, and let our psyche know what we want to be working on. After we do that, and again we state that 3 times, we'll go to the points we're going to be tapping on. So the first one is the inside of the eyebrow. So it's not in the middle of the forehead, it's not between the eyebrows, it's right in the inside of the eyebrow, so you're still touching some of the eyebrow. Next is to the outside of the eyebrow, still on the bone. Then underneath the pupil, and still on the bone. And middle between the nose and the lip, upper lip. And then this space here between the lower lip and the chin. And then you're going to go down, you're going to find your collarbone, and it's going to be underneath the collarbone. It can be either side. Some people will use a flat hand here and tap back and forth. Some people will take a fist and tap here. I often just take my fingertips and tap along here. And then you're going to go underneath the armpit. So 2 or 3 inches below the armpit itself, and just a flat hand. We're going to be tapping there. Then you're going to complete tapping on the crown of the head. So let's take a round so you can experience this. Take a long inhale and exhale. And I want you to just think about, put your attention on how much stress you're feeling in your body right now. Could be in your shoulders, your jaw, your chest, your belly. Just think, the stress in my life. 0 to 10, 10 being like, wow, feeling like a 9 today. Or it's like, well, maybe 3, 4, wherever you're at, the number will just come to you easily. And just make note of that. And we're just going to start here. So this is going to be a very general, a broad way of approaching. But it's a place to start. Even though I have this stress in my life, and I'm feeling it in my body, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm feeling this stress in my body, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. And that's 2 times. Now we're going to do it one more time. Even though I have this stress in my body, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. And now we're going to move to the points. I feel this stress in my body. I feel this stress in my body. I'm feeling this stress in my body. Now, if you're feeling it someplace particularly, you could say, oh, I'm feeling all this stress in my chest. I'm feeling this stress in my chest. I feel this stress in my body. I feel all of this stress in my body. I'm feeling an incredible amount of stress in my body. All this stress. All of this stress. I'm feeling all of this stress. All of this stress in my body. I'm really feeling this stress in my body. I'm feeling this stress in my body. I have a lot of stress and I'm feeling it in my body. All of this stress in my body. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Now, you can go and just test to see where you're at. Right there, 0 to 10. The stress in my body. See if it's gone up, see if it's gone down, see if it stays the same. And then I want to do a positive round for you so you can see what that looks like and feels like. Again, we can do this so many different ways. We're just going to keep it really simple. And we'll just place the words, I choose to feel calm and relaxed. 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 Feels good to feel calm and relaxed.